All right, math, this is the answers video to the day 55 composition of functions assignment, and it was assigned on Tuesday. It's due on Thursday, so you'll have time to work on it on Wednesday. So let's go ahead and get started with this. I am going to do every single problem on this, okay? So let's get these done together. All right, so this one, they want you to just be sure you understand some properties of fractions before we get into the polynomials. So the way you do this is 6 over 7 plus 4 over 1. You turn the 4 into a fraction. And then you do the crossing arrows thing. Now the 1 you really don't have to do, but I'll just show it anyway. It's 1 and 1 on the bottom. And then the 7 comes over here, 7 and 7 here. Now you do 4 little multiplications. 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 7 is 7. Plus 4 times 7 is 28. Plus 1 times 7 is 7. So the idea is you get a common denominator. You have to have that to add or subtract fractions. So if you add 6 plus 28 is 34. And you don't add the denominators. It just stays a 7. So that's your answer. You can leave it as an improper fraction. Come over here, 2/3 plus 7 over 1. Again, crossing arrows. I won't do the 1 this time because it's automatic. So that's going to give you 2/3 plus, and the 3 comes over here, top and bottom. 21, 7 times 3. And get out your times table sheet if you need it. Don't be too proud to do that. Use what you need to. So you have a common denominator of 3. 2 plus 21 is 23. And that over 3, and that gives you your answer. Division. Okay, this is the flip. Some of you say keep, change, flip. So I just say flip the bottom and multiply. This really should be a set of parentheses here and another set up there. So it's 1/2. The top stays the same, that's the keep, and then you flip the bottom. 6 over 5. And always try to reduce multiplication of fractions before you do it. So 2 goes into 2 one time, 2 goes into 6 3 times. 1 times 3 is 3, 1 times 5 is 5, and you have 3/5. All right, if there's a whole number and a fraction, you just turn the whole number into a fraction. So I'm first going to do that. It's just one additional step, and you're going to take that 3 and put a 1 underneath it. Now we're going to flip the bottom and multiply, so that gives us 3 over 1 times 7 over 6. 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 6 twice. So it's 1 times 7 is 7, 1 times 2 is 2, so that's 7/2. That's your answer. Same thing if it's on the bottom, it's 3/4. Turn the 5 into a fraction, so it's 5 over 1. Okay, now we come up here, it's 3/4 times 5 over 1 flipped over is 1 over 5. Nothing cancels there. 3 times 1 is 3. I'll come bring it down here. 3 times 1 is 3, and 4 times 5 is 20. So that's your final answer. Okay, remember, try to pause these and do them before I do them. Okay, if it's just copying, you're not going to learn. You're not going to be able to do it on the test. Okay, so now we get started on the center of this lesson, which is composition of functions. So you're putting two functions together. You're putting one function into another. And the way you read this is that the function g is going to be put into the function f. So here where you see the function 3x minus 1, where you see the x, you're going to take the g and put it into the x. So the second one, whatever the second letter is here, gets put inside of the first letter's function, okay? So what does that mean? It means you have 3, now parenthesis x plus 4 takes the place of this x, plus, and then you still have the minus 1 there. So change that. So minus 1. So look at that and be sure you understand how that happened. This takes the place of x. And you need to put a parenthesis around that first. So it's 3 times x plus 4 that, and then you still have that minus 1 on the end. So now you have to distribute. 3x, 3 times 4 is 12, and then that minus 1 on the end. So 12 minus 1 is 11, so this is going to be 3x plus 11. And that's all you do there. Okay, again, pause the video and try to do this on your own so you practice it a little. Now you're going to put the g function into the f. So you're going to put this function into this one. So this, again, put parentheses around it, and you're going to bring it over and stick it in where you see x there. 2 times x minus 2. And then you have that minus 1 there. Distribute 2x minus 4 minus 1. So that's 2x, and negative 4 minus 1 is negative 5. That's your answer. All right, we'll come down here. Same thing, just keep doing it here. So the g, this one is going to go inside this. So again, I'm going to put parentheses around that, and I'll draw an arrow to show you where it's going. So it's going to be 2 parentheses x plus 4, close the parenthesis, and then you have the negative 1 there. So nothing to multiply or distribute, so it's just, you can just remove the parentheses if there's nothing to multiply. So it's 2x plus 4 minus 1. So plus 4 minus 1 is 3. So it's 2x plus 3. That's the answer. Okay, come over here. It's g into f again. So this one, put parentheses around it, draw the arrow to there. So it's going to be 4 times 2x plus 4. Okay, and then it's plus 3. So distribute the 4. 4 times 2x is 8x. 4 times 4 is 16. And then the 3 at the end, you add that on. So it's 8x, and 16 plus 3 is 19. So that's the answer to that. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and do these. These are a bit messy. I've revised this back page because I had left these off, and I just thought, let's start over again on these. So get the new assignment. You can staple it to your old one. It says revised. You don't have to do everything on the front side again. Okay, so let's go with this one. These are kind of messy. So you're going to plug f, this function, into g. So we're going to put parentheses around this like that. And we're going to plug it in where we see the x there and where we see the x there. So here goes. So again, this is our main function is 2 times this. And then we plugged it in there. Now we have the minus 3. Now that's all going to be over this function again, because there's an x. So it's going to be 2x over x minus 5. Again, we're going to wrap a parenthesis around that, okay? Now I'm going to do 2 steps in one on the next. I'm going to distribute this 2 to the 2x, so it becomes 4x. It doesn't distribute to the negative 3 there, just to the 2x. And then it will be x over 5. And then I'm going to flip this and bring it up to the top. So flip and multiply, just like we've done with regular fractions. So here goes this step, this 4x. Okay, and it's still over x minus 5. And then it's minus 3. And then up here, I'm going to wrap this whole thing in parentheses. I normally don't like double parentheses, but there they are. I'm going to put the x minus 5 up on the top, and I'm going to put the 2x on the bottom here. Okay, now what I'm going to do, it looks like something that you would FOIL, but I'm not going to. I'm going to take this and distribute it to this, and then I'm going to take this and distribute it to this, okay? So let's start with this one. So it's 4x over x minus 5, parenthesis, and then I'm going to put this x minus 5 over 2x. So this got distributed to this. Now it's going to get distributed to this. So it's minus, pretty much looks the same as it does right now, x minus 5 over 2x. Okay. All right. So now I can cancel this and this, And now all I have on the bottom are 2x's, so I have a common denominator. Alright, so I'm going to kind of squeeze this in here. So now I have 4x minus 3. Okay. Excuse me, 4x, and then minus 3x minus 5. So let me say that again. I'm going to do 4x here, and then I have negative 3 times x is negative 3x. I'm distributing this negative 3 through. And negative 3 times negative 5 is positive 15. And then I have the 2x's on the bottom. And they're a common denominator. So now I'm just going to sneak over here just a little bit. 4x minus 3x is x plus 15 over 2x. And that is your final answer. X plus 15, excuse me. X plus 15 over 2x. And that is your final answer. X plus 15 over 2x. All right. Let's go over to 5b. I'm going to do that one with you here. So we're plugging G into F. So we're plugging this one into this one. All right. So what you got to do is put a parenthesis around that. And you come over here. It's 2 over 1 over x. You really don't need a parenthesis around that. Plus 2. Okay, now this looks a little messy. How do you solve this? Well, all you do is you multiply top and bottom by x. Remember, you can do that because x over x is simply equal to 1. So multiplying this by 1 doesn't change its value. So now what we have over here on the top is 2x. And now what we have on the bottom is x. Let me distribute it out. It's x over x plus 2x. Did you follow that? X times 1 is x, so it's x over x, and x times 2 is 2x. Well, this cancels out to become 1. So down here, we have 2x over 1 plus 2x. Now you might ask, can this 2x and this 2x cancel? The answer is no, because it's a plus sign between these two. If this were a times sign, you could do that, but it's not. It's a plus sign. So this actually is your final answer. That's as far as you can take that simplification. Okay, let's keep on going down here to 6a. Okay, this one's going to be a little bit long here. It's very similar to the one up above, though. All right? So we're going to plug F into G. So we're going to take this, we're going to put parentheses around it, and wherever we see an X, we're going to put it in there, and we're going to put it in there. Okay, so let's come down here. It's negative 3 times 2x over x plus 3, parenthesis. And now you come over here, and then there's the minus 2 there. So that takes care of the top. Now on the bottom, we plug this into that x. So it's 2x over x plus 3. All right, now I'm going to do the same two things I did in the problem up above. I'm going to distribute this 3 through, so negative 3 times 2x is negative 6x, and then I'm going to flip this and put it up on the top. So I'll do that both of those steps at the same time. So down here, I have negative 6x because of that, over x plus 3. Okay. And then that's minus 2. And then up here, I'm going to put that all in parentheses. And up here, I'm going to flip the bottom, x plus 3 over 2x. And put that in parentheses. Now I'm going to distribute this to here, and then distribute this again to here. To distribute, just like multiplying through. So what I have here is negative 6x over x plus 3 in parentheses times this, which distributed over here, x plus 3 over 2x. Now I have this distributed to here, so it's minus 2 times x plus 3 over 2x. Okay? All right, so the 3x here, x plus 3 here, and x plus 3 here cancel. Notice now again, just like in the last problem or the previous problem, the first problem we did up on this side, you got 2 x's on the bottom. So now I'm going to distribute this through and kind of put all this together. So I have minus 6x, then I have negative 2 times x is negative 2x, then I have negative 2 times 3 is negative 6, and then that's all over 2x, the common denominator. Okay. Now I'm going to come over here. Whenever I draw kind of like a double line arrow, it means I'm just moving over here. Now I'm going to say negative 6x minus 2x is negative 8x minus 6 over 2x. I'm off screen a little. There you go. Okay. Negative 6x minus 2x is negative 8x minus 6x. Now I'm going to move over here one more time. And now we can split the denominator and simplify. Negative 8x over 2x minus 6 over 2x. So this becomes negative 4, and this becomes 1. This becomes 3, and this becomes 1. So notice I have 1x here and 1x here. I still have a common denominator. So the final step is negative 4x minus 3 all over x. Okay, the 2's canceled the x. And that is your final answer for that. Okay? So you got to kind of do that a second time, maybe a third time to be sure you understand it. Let's talk about it one more time. Okay. So we plug this into the x's here. So there it is on the top x. There it is on the bottom x. Now you're going to flip the bottom and multiply here, so the x plus 3 over 2x comes up to the top, and we went ahead and distributed that negative 3 times 2x to negative 6x. Now you distribute this through to here, that's what we did there, and through to here, that's what we did there. The x plus 3's canceled. There you had negative 2x plus, negative 2x minus 6, negative 2x times 3, negative 6 right there. And then everything, the denominator is common, it's 2x. Now you combine those to get negative 8x. You still have the negative 6x over 2x. Now you can simplify these because they're all even numbers. So after simplifying them, we end up with negative 4x minus 3 over x. Okay, one more to do here. All right, 6b. And this one's fortunately not very long. So it's saying that we're going to plug f into g, so this goes into this. So that means you have 3 over, and that x is going to become, that's our parenthesis there, 2 over x minus 1. All right, well, I don't need to wrap that in a parenthesis. That's going to equal, we're going to flip the bottom and multiply. First, we're going to turn the 3 into a fraction, 3 over 1. And then we're going to flip the bottom, and that's going to be x minus 1 over 2. Okay. So now it's 3x minus 3. I think you can all see that. 3x minus 3 over 2. And that's as far as you can take it. You're done with that one. Okay? So these are messy, but go ahead and do them, study them as you proceed, and that takes care of this lesson.